What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the room. Today I have some interesting new animals to show. I have a rehousing to do, and I've got some other bits and pieces to do, as well as an update on the mealworm farm. It's been a week. I know it came out like 2 days ago, but it has been a week, and we'll do an update on that. It should be cool. Let's get on with the video. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is the transfer. What I've got here is some Indian stick insects. I actually managed to find someone on Pre-Loved, I think it was, who had a bunch of stick insects, and like stick insects do, they lay their eggs like crazy. So I decided to message them asking if they would be willing to post some of these eggs, and they eventually said yes. And they said how many. I said how many you got, just send me whatever, I don't mind. They ended up sending me about 50, and I've had them for about a week and a half now. They are hatching. I've had 6 hatch. One has sadly died, rather unexpected, but that's how it happens with babies. And you know, I've got 5 out so far, and hopefully they will all do very good. I want to get them out of the egg container, put them into a new container here. It's sort of a deli cup. I've put loads of holes in there, if you can see that, for them to breathe, and hopefully it will allow me to change out the enclosure easier, as well as keep humidity up, because the food I put in keeps drying out too fast. So I'm going to do that now. So let's get started on that. Okay, so got the pot here and stick insects there. Let's put them to one side. What I'm going to do first is put some substrate in. This should help with humidity. The substrate, I'm just going to put a thin layer. It's a mixture of sand, cypress mulch, and soil. I think it's the humus stuff. I've used this in some other enclosures as well. Just a nice tiny thin layer, just like that there. Not too much. I think there's a little bit of sphagnum moss in there as well. That should be enough for them. Now for the food, I have a piece of bramble here. Looking at it now, doesn't look like it's gonna fit too well. So let's try and tear off a piece. Let's pop this big piece in here along the side. Now let's get the stick insects and move them. Alright, so this is the hardest part, because they're all on the leaves here. So I need to be really careful. I counted 5 earlier, so hopefully there's still 5. There might even be more now. So there's one. You can kind of see them. Indian stick insects, so they don't get too big. They're really common. The only thing I had to pay to get these was the shipping or postage, which cost like £3 something. So it wasn't that bad. So the first one is in. Oh, another one just fell off the leaf. So that's 2. Another one. Hopefully this focuses. There we go. There he is. Okay, let's see if we can put this one in. The rest of them are just falling down to the floor. They tend to do that. Oh, I found another one that's on the floor here. This is very stressful. So that's 3. And then a 4th. And I already see 3 more in the box. So that's a lot more than I thought I had already. Okay, so now we have loads of eggs in here. About 40, 45, 46 eggs. 44 eggs, something like that. Because I had around 50. And 3 more babies here. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I'm just going to gradually poke him up. There we are. And he is on. Make sure he doesn't run away. Get the other one. Need to be really delicate. These are so fragile. There we are. Grabbed it by the abdomen. There we go. Another one. And then get this one who's just come out of the egg. It's still got the egg attached to his abdomen. So maybe I can grab the egg. There we are. The egg is tiny. Okay, I actually stopped counting, so I'm going to put how many that was. because I don't know. Yep, that looks like all of them. So here is the finished rehousing enclosure. There's one there. There's another one there. Or is that the same one? Nope, I think it's a different one. There's all sorts. They're all scattered around on the leaves, under the leaves, which is good. Oh, there's two there actually. There you go. Awesome. Time has flown, and between the last section and the other section, it's been about 2 hours. It's gotten so dark, so the lighting has to change. It's going a bit yellow because I'm using the house light. But I just wanted to show you these guys here. What these are Mario beetles. They're what Mario worms, also known as super worms, turn into. And I just thought I might as well keep a couple of them because they keep hatching out of enclosures. They're typically a pain to actually find and get. So say I'll feed some and they get away. Eventually they'll turn into these beetles. So I just pick them out of the enclosures and I plop them in here on cleaning days. I like them. They're a decent size, and they're just an interesting invert to have. Alright, so this here is the big new animal in the room. This is, and if I can find it, oh, there it is. What this is here is the giant flat rock scorpion. It's one of the largest species of scorpions in the world, only being beaten by a heterometrous species found in Asia. But these guys are found in Africa, and they're just a really cool species. There's actually a mealworm just in here, probably from its food that it just didn't eat. I actually have a olive flat rock scorpion. I'll put both of the scientific names in at the end of the video so you know what exactly I'm talking about. But these are really cool large scorpions. I've got one of these, and now it's very interesting. It's different to the heterometrous, the Asian forest scorpions, and I'm gonna go freehand here. I mean, it's a very pretty species. Its tail is so thin, which is really cool. That's the new species. Very cool. When it's fully stretched out, it is the length of my hand. And I got this guy from the spider shop, like all my scorpions. I think all my scorpions, apart from my other flat rock that I've got. Setup for this guy, very simple, just like the other flat rock scorpion. I've got some cork bark. This is actually some bamboo. It's hollow underneath, so it can squeeze underneath there. I broke that part in half and just lined it up as it is. Don't want to hit you there. There we go. And then we got some fake plants here as well, just for cover. But yeah, that's really it for this species. It's just so cool, really. Apologies for the lighting. It's just gone so dark. But yeah, this is the whole enclosure. And this is just some damp kitchen roll, just for it to soak up some moisture. Because these guys do like it kind of dry. They don't like humidity too much, so that offers them the needed water. So yeah, that's it for the flat rock scorpion. Okay, so here's the update on the mealworm colony, the farm that I set up in the last video. It's doing quite well. Loads of these mealworms that I've put in here have become pupa. Some have already become mealworms. The carrots in here are the original ones, and I need to add some more in very soon. But for these guys, I'm just waiting for them all to turn into beetles so I can put them into the new enclosure. Here are all the pupa that I have taken out so far. There's not a lot here, but they have been turning into beetles as I have been going and adding them in. So that's all I've got there. And the beetles, here I have all the darkling beetles. Same with carrots. I need to add more carrots to these, but they are gradually increasing. There's one I added today. You can see it's actually still a lighter colour. Eventually it will go darker brown and then black as the keratin in its exoskeleton hardens. But I have loads in here now, a couple more there running around, and I have been seeing some breeding behaviour, so I will be taking the substrate and sifting it next month. I mean, they're all sort of scattered around. Most of them are here though. I aim for all the mealworms in the top drawer to become beetles, and that will be my first collection of the beetles. But yeah, that's it really. Not much to update really on that. It's just showing that they are carrying on, and they are reproducing, or hopefully are. I mean, I've seen them attempting to mate. So yeah. Another new addition to the room are these invertebrates here. These are hopefully going to start a colony for my feeder animals as well. If you don't know what these are, there they are. They're actually young dubia roaches. The person I bought them off of at a pet shop said he would not sell me any females because he wanted them for his colonies. So he said he would only sell me males or babies. So I decided to just go for a bunch of babies because I couldn't find any anywhere else really. So there we go, there's one there. Once again, apologies for the lighting. Very difficult doing this in winter because there's not a lot of daylight. But there he is there. They're very cool. They'll get about double this size, and they have grown. They've doubled already. They were very small before. So hopefully I do have females. And then I can start a actual colony of these guys. Right now I'm just keeping them in this sort of natural mixed substrate setup until they get a bit bigger, and then I can actually create a proper colony. Speaking of roaches, I have another quick update. If you watched my Doncaster video, I had some Madagascan hissing cockroaches. I will show you a couple of them now and show you how they have grown, and it's quite interesting. Okay, so here is one of the Madagascan hissing cockroaches. This one here is a male. You can see by the larger horns there. Very cool. Right now the coloration of it kind of looks like a banded roach, but it isn't. It's a Madagascan hisser. Very cool. I wouldn't mind breeding these as a colony as well eventually, but right now they are pets. These will not be fed off to anything. It's just if they produce a load of young, eventually I might turn it into a nice colony for them, because I think I do have some females as well. They're much faster than I thought they were. I have worked with them before, feeding wise and things like that, but I didn't remember them being this fast. I mean, right now it's not showing that, but when it doesn't want to be around, it doesn't want to be around, and it will bolt. But right now it seems to be doing quite nicely. One of my favourite species of roaches. Perfect beginner pets, I would say, if you want an invertebrate, because they are really cool. And sheep. Oh, there we go. I mean, they thrive. They do well even if you neglect them slightly. Because they're a roach, they can survive a lot. And I just noticed this now. If you look at the antenna, they have little brown hairs. You see that? All across the antenna there. Wow. But beautiful animals. I mean, just look at the patterning, the really dark blacks, and the lighter colorations as well. A really nice, beautiful species that can be kept in a smaller enclosure if you only have a couple of them. Very cool. Anyway, let's end the video here. Thanks for watching. If you did enjoy this or have any tips on the dubia colony or the stick insects, then of course leave them in the comment section below, as well as questions. If you want to know anything, if you want any videos, then suggest them down there as well. Be sure to check out other videos on the channel, and yeah, that's really it guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in another video.